Cariah, and I am a mentor for TTC, and this is Kitten. He's gonna be hanging out. I am from La Habra, California. I've always lived in or around La Habra. I moved a lot growing up, but I've always stayed in this general area. Hobbies I always tend to pick up hobbies and then put them down or move away from them for a little bit and then come back to them. Ones that I really like are cooking and baking, especially during holidays. Drawing, painting, ones that I do occasionally when I remember I can. I've always liked writing. That's one that I don't usually put down. That's something that I still do pretty consistently. I like video games, and I really like taking care of animals, whether it's my animals or stray animals or whatever it is. My favorite movie. I really like Titanic and A Walk to Remember. Those are just ones I watched a lot when I was growing up because my mom was watching them. I think I really liked them because neither of them ended very happy. Usually movies are like everything's fixed and everything's happy, but those two really didn't. So I guess just I liked it because it was different or it was emotional or something. And I also really like the history of Titanic, so that was probably one of the reasons I liked it so much. So actually the movie Titanic is also, even though it's my favorite, it's the reason I am afraid to go out into sea in a boat. So if I can't see the shore, I don't want to get in a boat. I really like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Undertale, A Night in the Woods is one that I still really like. Fran Bow, I really like those. Some of these are kind of older. But I also really like Minecraft. That's one that me and my friends play. I am super into The Sims, Stardew Valley. Yeah, I can't pick a favorite, but I really like all of those. In high school, I went to La Habra High School, and my sophomore year, they started the Leaders in Resiliency program there. And since then I've been involved in it, and throughout high school I was just super involved, wanted to help out with the program, continue after I graduated. I went to the junior mentor training over the summer, and then when I graduated I was hired and I have been working here ever since. I really like being a mentor, and I want to be a mentor because I like being a resource and basically somebody that cares that I never really had, because I feel like that makes all of the difference. Somebody you can talk to, somebody you feel comfortable with. Like really big part of it is also just I like being there for kids. I like being somebody that they know they can look forward to coming, that will be there and help them and they know they can rely on, because I think that is very important. Stability and positive influence are things that kids really need and not enough of them get. I just graduated with my bachelor's. and I am about to start a master's program. I would like to continue that to eventually become a child psychologist. I would like to continue doing things that are similar as I'm doing right now, as helping, providing support, working with kids, but I think that I can do it on a bigger level, so I would like to continue with my education to do that. I guess advice that I have that is really hard to see when you're a kid, especially a teenager. Teenage years are very, very difficult, and it's really hard to see this, but things will eventually change. Throughout life, nothing is the same for very long, but I feel like when we're in bad situations, we get really stuck in it, and our brains are like, this is how it's going to be forever, and it's very discouraging. I would really like for kids to remember that, because things will eventually change. Like the situation you're in right now, it's not going to last forever. It's not something you're stuck in, because if you can count on one thing in your life, is that it's going to change. And eventually you will be able to, I remember how frustrating it was as a kid not being able to make your own decisions about your own life, and feeling like you aren't happy because you can't make those decisions. There is going to be a day where you can make those decisions for yourself, and you'll be able to do what's best for you, and you'll get a chance to do whatever it is you need to do to be happy and to pursue your life goals. If it's not right now, it will happen, and it's hard to be patient. I'm a really impatient person, but it will eventually come. You just have to keep that thought in mind, because it's so hard for us to look further into the future and say things could change. It's really difficult, but that's something I would really like more kids to keep in mind. And, thank you. Have a good day.